Hey everyone, it's Fun Around, and my name is Jordan. And I'm going to say something. If you want to get straight to the information and picks, you can go ahead and fast forward. So yesterday, I took a look at my screen time. It popped up on my phone, and I was spending way too much time just staring at my phone, and a lot of it, and you could probably relate, was staring at like play by plays on like the ESPN app and just watching your see if your plays hit or not, quickly and all of that. And I was spending like 3 or 4 hours. It just added up and it was just a ton of time, and I realized I was becoming one of those people that just stared at their phones so much. And I got a little boy that I look up and I see him there, and I don't want to be that person just staring at their phone. So maybe you can relate. But I put it on airplane mode last night, decided not to make a video, just no distractions at all, completely reset and everything. And I'm going to try to make videos earlier so I can get better sleep. I'm going to do my best to stop meaningless time on the phone. Everything needs to have a meaning, and that goes with the research as well. That has meaning, so I do put in work for that. So I know that's a lot, and I normally jump right into the picks, but I just wanted to say that because it could help someone else realize that they're being one of those people, and they may want to be more active in the people around them's lives. So all right, I'm going to jump right into this. You will see images that come up on the screen right here. That's from a data app called Outlier. There will be a link in the description for a 7-day free trial for Outlier. And past few videos, I've been doing breakdowns of the games. I'm going to stick to the breakdowns because I see a lot of people are doing really well. If you had just gone straight up off the matchups in the last video, you would have crushed it for most of the guys that I had pointed out. So my final plays will be in the pinned comment. And let's jump into this first game. It's going to be the Bulls at the Magic. The Magic are 7-point favorites. The Bulls, Josh Giddey, Lonzo Ball, Kevin Huerter, and Patrick Williams are all questionable. Giddey, Lonzo Ball, Huerter did not play the last game. Patrick Williams didn't play either, but Patrick Williams has been out for a while, so seeing him questionable is something new. And then Nikola Vucevic is doubtful, and on the Magic side of things, Cole Anthony is questionable. The Bulls are 2-5 out of the All-Star break and 5-2 against the spread, and the Magic are 2-5 out of the break and 3-4 against the spread. So the Bulls are giving up the fourth most points over the past month, and the Magic the second least points. So I spent a lot of time here looking at good matchups for the Magic against the Bulls, and then just looking at the Magic, how they've played the past few games. It's really been a lot of volume for Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero, and a lot of the other guys are just kind of off and on. The best matchup is for Wendell Carter Jr. at the center position, but he's just been so inconsistent that I don't even want to put him here. They are giving up the most points to the center position and fifth most rebounds, third most assists, but he's just been so inconsistent. And the Bulls really struggle with giving up three-pointers, and the Magic are just not a good three-point shooting team. So as of right now, there's nothing that just jumps off the page for me. So I'm going to jump right into this next one. And it's the 76ers at the Celtics. Celtics will be on a back-to-back. They are 13-point favorites. The Sixers will not have Tyrese Maxey, and Paul George is questionable. The Celtics, Drew Holiday, Porzingis, and Tatum did not play on Wednesday. We will see if they suit up for Thursday. The Sixers are 1-6 out of the break and 2-5 against the spread, and the Celtics are 5-2 out of the break and 4-3 against the spread. Sixers are allowing the 8th most points, and the Celtics the least amount of points. This one's a little awkward. The best matchup possible for Celtics players is the point guard position, and the point guards for the Celtics just went absolutely ballistic, both of them. So Derek White and Peyton Pritchard were playing point guard, point guard and backup point guard. They played 40 minutes each, around 40 minutes each, took 20 plus shots. It's like they were just playing with their own food at this point, the Celtics. So we'll see who suits up for this one. I'm not sure, but the point guard position was the good matchup here against the Sixers, and they dropped 41 and 43 together. I doubt they go in and just keep jacking up more shots because, their teammates are going to be like, hey, let us, play a little bit with these teams. It's just their lines are going to be absolutely like juiced, like super high now because of that. This could have high blowout potential, but I'm not going to like solidify it because I don't know who's going to play in this one. And the Celtics sometimes just let lesser teams hang around for whatever reason. They just don't play up to par. Unless it's like a big game, then they go all out. So if you guys could, please like the video, and if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, could you leave a comment for the algorithm? You just put the number 1, that helps get the video out there for more people to see. And also, if you want to get away from Prizepicks, try out other apps. Check out Underdog Fantasy, Sleeper, ParlayPlay, ChalkBoard, or Better. Underdog Fantasy is matching your first deposit up to $1,000. The rest are doing up to $100, and Better up to $250 for your first bet. Promo code is fine around 11. All right, this next game, this is where things get a little bit more fun. The Pacers will be at the Hawks. The Pacers are 2.5-point favorites. This normally would be a like certified fireworks matchup, and that's when we have two teams, like top 10 pace, top 10 most scored points. But I'm gonna go ahead and say the Pacers are allowing the 15th most points over the past month and playing at the 15th fastest pace. They've slowed down a little bit this year. And the Hawks, the 3rd most allowed points. So I'm giving this like a mini fireworks matchup. The over-under total points kind of points to a fireworks matchup. But the Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton is questionable for this one, and Ben Mathurin is as well. The Hawks, Trae Young is probable. So since the break, the Pacers are 5-2 and 5-2 against the spread. They have been great. The Hawks are 2-5 and then 3-4 against the spread. So matchups to look out for against the Hawks. You always take a look at the power forward position. So Pascal Siakam and Obi Toppin both have this really good matchup here against the Hawks. The most points allowed to the power forward position. Then one other guy for the Pacers to keep an eye out on, who has been playing well and has a good matchup, is Aaron Naismith at the small forward position. The Hawks gave up the 4th most points and the 9th most rebounds to that position. He's had 27 points and 16 points in the past 2 games. And then on the Hawks side of things, against the Pacers, Trae Young, the Pacers gave up the 12th most assists. So he had 17 against them in a matchup on February 1st this year. So I'm going to go ahead and just put the play that I'm going to bet over 11.5 assists at plus 105. He's gone over in 5 out of the last 6 matchups. I'm going to be taking that because it's plus money and I'm going to single bet it. But if you're on like a prop app or something and you just get the same payout no matter what, I would recommend rebounds plus assists, because just adding the rebounds is just plus 2. So 13.5. And that's at minus 130. And you'll see it doesn't really hurt him much. He's had 2+ rebounds in 83% of games this year. So if he gets 2, then you're right back to that assist line. If he gets 3, then now you're helping out that assist line. So I think that's just a little bit safer if you're on one of those apps with fixed payouts. And then another guy who I called a sleeper last time, and he's been going off ever since I said that. I'm not going to call him a sleeper this time. It's going to be Karis LeVert. At the shooting guard position coming off the bench. They're giving up the 7th most points to the shooting guard position and the 6th most assists to the shooting guard positions. This next game is going to be the Warriors at the Nets. The Warriors are 10-point favorites. I'm going to give this one high blowout potential. For the Warriors, Jonathan Kuminga is going to remain out. The Nets have no significant injuries. Warriors are 6-1 out of the break and 6-1 against the spread. They have been playing great basketball. The Nets are 1-6 and then 2-4-1 against the spread. Warriors giving up the 11th least points, and then the Nets the 6th least points allowed. So not a very fun matchup to look at. There's no good matchups for like overs for any of these guys really. But one thing I did notice with the Nets the past couple of games is with Cam Thomas back, taking a ton of volume away, it really hurts guys like Nick Claxton, Cam Johnson, all those guys. Their volume has dropped. Because Cam Thomas is just going to keep shooting the ball. So if the Warriors can just slow down Cam Thomas, this has high blowout potential, which the Warriors are giving up the 6 least points to the shooting guard position. So like I said, high blowout potential on this one. And this next one is looks like a fun one. The Rockets at the Pelicans. The Rockets are 4.5-point favorites. For the Rockets, Fred VanVleet will be out, and then for the Pelicans, there are no new significant injuries to point out. Rockets are 3-4 out of the break and 3-1 against the spread. Pelicans are 4-3 out of the break and 3-4 against the spread. The Rockets are giving up the 16th most points in the last month, which is surprising. They're getting worse defensively. And then Pelicans giving up the second most points. So a lot of points to go around on that side of things. The best matchup that I found for the Rockets is going to be Alfred Sengun, who just had a really good game the last game he played. They're giving up the 4th most points to the center position, the most rebounds, and the 8th most assists. And we know he can fill up every stat category. And one other guy to look out for on this one, I'm considering his double-double. His position is strange. It's Amen Thompson. They have him at point guard right now because Fred VanVleet is out, but he's naturally a small forward. So I'm just looking at this overall, and the Pelicans give up the 4th most rebounds overall. He did have a double-double last game. So his double-double is plus money, so I'm considering taking that. That's one I'm leaning towards at the moment. And then this final game is going to be the big one everyone's going to be watching, the Knicks at the Lakers. Lakers are 3.5-point favorites. The Knicks, OG Anunoby, Precious Achiuwa, and Mitchell Robinson are all questionable. For the Lakers, Rui remains out, and Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves are all likely to play. So for the Knicks, they're 4-3 out of the break and 1-6 against the spread. Lakers are 7-1 out of the break. That one loss was the makeup game against Charlotte. So if you don't want to count that, then they're 7-0. And then they're 6-2 against the spread. So Knicks giving up the 12th most points overall. And the Lakers, the 3rd least points. They're playing great defense, and they're going to be at home. I'm definitely leaning at 3.5 points. I'm definitely leaning Lakers spread here. I know a ton of money is going to flow in on that. So I guess catch it while you can. They've just been playing great basketball. And your best matchups are going to be the guards against the Knicks. It's going to be Luka Doncic. Knicks are giving up the 2nd most points to the point guard position, and then Austin Reeves. They're giving up the 4th most points to the shooting guard position and the 4th most rebounds to the shooting guard position. On the Knicks side of things, there's not many really good matchups. The one that kind of stuck out was Mikal Bridges' 3-pointers. But he's pretty off and on, so I'm not going to point that one out. So if you'd like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. You can talk about lines all day long there. I'm not going to do the Prizepicks Goblin double up anymore. I tried it 2 more times. So I went 2-0, and then I tried it 2 more times, and I went 0-2. It takes about 4 Goblins to get to 2x, and that's relying on 4 different guys is just really difficult. For all of them to hit. Anything could go wrong. So the last video I did a sleeper 2-man. I had Paulo Banchero over 20 points because he had a really good matchup. He dropped over 40. And then I had Donovan Mitchell first quarter points. He ended up with 6. He needed 7. He missed a free throw. And then I had a FanDuel alt spread parlay for minus 101. So I took my 2 highest blowout potential plays, and I gave it a little bit more wiggle room by alting the spread down to make it around plus 100, and that hit. Those have been doing really well. I had Nick Claxton for a double-double, and like I said, that's when I realized, Cam Thomas just eating up volume, and a lot of other guys are just not doing much. James Harden for over turnovers, he did not go over. He went over all of his other stats, which I said he had really good matchups for points, rebounds, and assists, and I should have just listened to myself and taken that, and he would have crushed it. So one I did listen to was Jabari Smith Jr. for rebounds. He had a really good matchup for rebounds. So I took him at his regular line. Actually, it came out at 5.5 and got bumped up. So I took it at 6.5 for minus 102, and then I bumped it up to 7.5 for plus 170, and both of those hit. So if I find a play that I like and I feel like they can go over even more than just one, then I'm going to take that extra line just to get that extra boost in payout. Because how many times do you have like a good read or something, and like they just crush the line, and you're like, okay, that's good, that prop hit. But if you just ladder it up even just one, you get some decent plus money. So I'm gonna be trying to hit those, and then my Prizepicks double up missed. So I'm gonna get this edited and get it out to you. God bless you all. It's fun around. My name is Jordan. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.